I believe it will be. Or, I mean, Von C, I highly doubt this, just for the record. This isn't what I think will happen. Von C has run a Crystal Finn before.
Oh,
At a live championship.
Come on, Bacon.
Well, that's where you messed up. Should have been a weapon fin.
I think that's one of the sort of few. There are a few, but there's few builds in Vainglory which just don't. Just don't.
Yeah.
Right? Weapon
just
fin is
don't do it.
definitely one of those. 6 seconds.
It was the best backdoor I've ever had in a battle royale game. Was a weapon fin.
There's the Black Feather for Xenotech again.
Ooh. This is scary to me, man. I think Xenotech's Black Feather made a case for his new strongest tier. I was so taken with him last game.
Do they build the same way?
Does who?
I think so. I think you just go for resonance bounces off of Finn.
Yeah.
Just resonance bounce off Finn all day.
Yeah.
Adagio wants to stay in his atmosphere, that's for sure. So
not very mobile.
And then, of course, the Black Feather, I think, works so well into Finn and, a little bit even Glaive.
But going to be able to show us a little bit more of the Captain Lance. And if you thought that, his Finn was good, it is, but Rekt can really make a lot of plays. He's so good with the impales and the Githian wall combos. He's going to be able to peel for Iraqi Zoro very nicely, especially since it's just like Von C and Best Chuck, right? Von C as a weapon Glaive, it's not going to be that utility cooldown. He's really going to be looking for that snipe. And that's where Rekt, I think, can really do some good damage mitigation.
He really can. I want to see him. I want to see him make the plays, man, because you've been hyping him up. I think everybody is kind of excited to see it, but Rekt on the Lance is going to be a show, a sight to see at least. And Xenotech is on the Black Feather again, so we're going to see a repeat performance. Same with Rakizora, he has got his Vox, so two very familiar heroes on the side of Gankstars. And with that, we did speak a little bit about it a minute ago. Von C actually on the Glaive, and he's going weapon power as well, so really, really interesting to see that one come a piece as well.
Now, with the Finn on the other side, with TSM here, right? They got the Finn for the protection with the fortified health. TSM Best Chuck is going to have a lot of healing to say. He might actually be a bit more crystal, but that is something that you got to keep in mind, though. Xenotech is not guaranteed that same performance. He has a lot of muscle to kind of go through to get these kills. And who does he jump? Is it going to be the Glaive? Is he going to be on the counter? Or is he going to be just on top of Best Chuck?
Have to wait and see what he wants to do. Prioritize. He's prioritizing Xeno right now as he forces him out as jungle. This is the TSM we're kind of used to seeing. Just going on the aggressive whenever they can. The Best Chuck, obviously, on the Adagio is going to have a lot of sustaining lanes. So that poke from Iraqi Zoro as well is kind of mitigated in that sense. He's got a lot of sustaining his kits with that. Von C, I want to see this guy's pathing as well because Flash X has just been such a monster. And I really wanted to see Flash X on Flicker again, but I just didn't think it was going to happen.
Ban. 3 bans in a row, man.
Yeah, it feels bad, man. Feels bad, man, for Chuck, though, right now. He's getting bashed. Bashed left, right, and center from Rekt. Almost goes down, though. Rekt have to back off real fast. Does get hit from the turret, and Flash X obviously did run up to the lane also. Jakane, he's going to be all right, like I said, with that regen and that 45 HP as well coming through from Flash X. And Rekt, this guy is going to make some serious plays. Has almost got the fountain. Has just picked up the life spring, so he's very, very tanky at this point in the game. And I got to think, man, when this goes to late game, Xeno is just going to pop off in this Black Feather again.
All right, so a little bit of shopping to go down from everybody here as quite a few people went back home. We did give up some positioning, so Xeno is going to lose out that train. We just saw Von C pick him up, and with the jungle not intensifying yet, Von C is just actually going to head on home after that steal, so he is going to spend a bit and is going to solidify into the weapon.
Yeah, solidify into that weapon slot. So we know exactly what he's building right now, and with that, he's going to do an absolute ton of damage. And when I can imagine that's going to be a Sorrow Blade first item. Correct me if I'm wrong. And,
it should be. Yeah, you kind of want that upfront damage to go with the afterburn. You don't want to build up too, you don't want to take your time to build it up. So, in my opinion, it will be that Sorrow Blade. Best Chuck going to be going into alternating current as quick as he can, and Flash X into Fountain. Nothing really too surprising. Xenotech, though, I feel like he has a little bit more of an option in his future. He will be going into the Serpent's Mask, but I feel like an Atlas still has enough value, even if he can't catch up to Von C. An Atlas on top of the Flash X on top of Best Chuck, like Best Chuck's damage, a good bit of that is going to be anchored into the alternating current. I still think that an Atlas will probably come out after the Serpent's Mask for him.
Well, speaking of the alternating current, he's just picked one up, as well as 2 of those beautiful, beautiful fountains coming out for both sides as well. So, power spikes exactly on time for both teams. However, no real completed items apart from that fountain on the side of Gankstars right now. Vonsi looking for something here. Does punch Rakizoro straight in to Veschuk. Doing a lot of damage. Vonsi is underneath that turret there. We'll have to back off eventually, as Rekt is going to be there to help the rest of his team. And Xenotech is here. Rakizoro almost going down. Wow, I didn't even see that one coming at all. Xenotech as well is going extremely low. Veschuk managing to pick up that kill on Rakizoro underneath his own turret. Is going to add insult to injury, as this turret is not long for this world either. About half HP right now. TSM are going to have to back off, but that first blood, absolutely beautiful coming out from Veschuk.
And that's a little bit of what I mean by, like, the Atlas could actually still be really good here up against Chuck, because a lot of that power is tied, at least early on, into the autos.
Is indeed another aggressive move here coming through for Gankstars. They do manage to pick up their own kill, but it is going to be traded back instantly from Vonsi. Rakizoro almost falling as well. Vonsi just needs one more hit on him. Same with Rekt. He was going so low, but they will end up falling. 1-for-1 trade with Xenotech picking up that kill on Veschuk.
Whoa, okay, all right, Rekt.
That was close.
He defended it. Yeah.
Whoa.
I'll give him the credit, but over the wall with the impale, wasn't entirely too sure Vonsi and Flash X were going to let him live, but Vonsi's kind of running a little bit low on energy at this point, so he is just going to make an exit on this one. Flash X going to come back up to lane. He has the fountain, right? He has that passive, so he's not really too worried. Full energy there as well. So Xeno does have his spike ready to go. They were fighting without, some of those tier 3 items. We're still missing the tier 3 here from Iraqi. Look at the difference in the last hits. It's really starting to show how dominant Adagio can be.
Yeah, the Adagio is really starting to stack up now. Like we mentioned earlier, alternating current has already come out for him, so he's just hitting like a truck right now. Rakizoro, he's looking around. He can sense something is here. Vonsi, they're both in these bushes. There comes the afterburner. Rakizoro's getting jumped on once more. Veschuk doing so much damage, and he just gets obliterated by Vonsi. Rakizoro was not long for that world whatsoever. Ends up falling incredibly quickly, and there goes the turret as well. That's going to be the first turret destroyed, and it's going TSM's way. A much better early game from there.
Vonsi picks up the train this time. Flash X is going to start up that gold miner, but between Rekt and Xeno, I have doubts that they're going to be able to make anything happen here.
Oh, no, I don't think so. SoloMid obviously on Vonsi's side as well. That's a lot of damage from him. Polite Company used to slow them up a little bit. Xenotech in a little bit of trouble. You see how much he's taking from Vonsi. Absolutely ludicrous amounts of damage. He's going to have to back off very fast. That gold miner will go over to TSM as they just inch ever closer in that gold lead.
All right, so Flash not looking for a Crucible. To be honest, you don't really need it. Like, Rakizoro has a silence available. Rekt has, of course, his impale, but Xeno doesn't really bring anything to this one. Like, there might still be an Atlas to come through. I'm not entirely too sure which Xeno's going to go for it. He might actually just go into a Shiver Steel. So keeping an eye on that. But Flash is looking for armor, and that's going to be just completely directed at Xenotech.
Oh yeah, just stopping a lot of that damage. We did see what he could do earlier. Wow, Vonsi with the damage on Rakizoro already taken to under half HP. Veschuk just doing a lot in this front line as well. Xenotech is off to the side. He's going to have to be a little bit careful. Vonsi does a lot of work. He is in there with the Rakizoro as well. He's now chasing him up here. He might be able to pick up the kill. He does indeed. How is he still surviving? Rekt is going to go down as well. Who's going to be able to pick up that kill? Eventually killing off Blackfeather as well. Veschuk finishes off the kill, and I'm very surprised Rekt escaped, but 2-for-0. TSM bringing their A game in this last game of the best of 3.
Fortified health. Heals from Veschuk, heals from a blood song. And this is not going to be just one of those utility glaives, right? He has a serious punch behind him. And you've seen some of these crits, right? The twisted strokes coming out on top of that as well. 200-300 damage. Can't really deal with that without armor, and we have not built up a ton of armor at this point. We got some tier 1s. Call it tier 1 on Xeno with that light armor. That's it, right? There's not much stopping Vonsi. If he gets close enough to hit you and he crits, it's really showing progress here.
It really is, and with that, a breaking point is going to be picked up as well, so even more damage for Vonsi. Xenotech doesn't really stand a chance, like you said. Tier 1 armor. Not helping him in the slightest. And TSM still just with the commanding lead. They are stretching this out. 4K in the lead now.
It is a shiver steal from Zeno. He is really just looking to make sure that these guys don't go anywhere. The problem is with that is we're not really chasing anybody down. I mean, they're all fighting around Flash X, who has now that Atlas on top of stuff. So if Xenotech wants to get into this backline, he has to go through Flash, which is going to be an Atlas. We have no reflex available for Xeno, so he's not going to get the damage done. And then we got fortified health.
Iraqi Zero gets pulled in and gets almost one shot there as well. Flash X actually securing that kill. I think they crucibled a bit too late. 3-man route coming through for Wrecked. Burst comes out. He does manage to combat roll away, but that doesn't mean they're going to stop the assault on the tower. Turret goes down eventually. Wrecked is going to have to run for his life here, just planting mine after mine after mine, just making sure he can spot out TSM. Almost falls down. He's over that wall. Does combat roll over it, but combat rolls into his own death. Zeno is now just going to get punched into Best Chuck, although Iraqi Zoro is here as well, trading a lot of damage. Best Chuck ends up falling 2v2 now as well. Iraqi Zero just goes down to Vonsi. Vonsi with the damage. This boy is just popping off right now. There comes the double kill as well. Beautiful play from him. Aces. Oh my goodness. TSM with the ace. And there we go. TSM stepping up to the plate. They make it work.
The crits, the twisted stroke, and 10 on top of it. Oh man, the Bloodsong stack's working out well here as well. He's gonna pick up this turret, like hands down. This minion wave, 2 minion waves to come in, all ace buff. Like Wreck is not even registering on Von C's threat meter right now.
He is not indeed. That threat meter is bordering on 0% right now. Von C just doesn't even care. Just shrugs Wrecked off like he's a bit of rubbish on the floor, because Wrecked right now just not having an impact at all in these fights. He's had a couple of good impales, but other than that, just not being where his team needs to be right now in this captain role.
It's not entirely all on him. Like that sounded some pretty harsh.
Wasn't that harsh?
There,
okay, sorry. I didn't mean to say that harsh.
Iraqi Zoro has that reflex block, right? A lot of this stuff is being set up by Flash or Von C, and both of those can be defeated by a reflex block. Iraqi Zoro has just been evaporated. He's just absolutely been put into a bad situation. Von C and Best Chuck, they just boom, capitalize, boosh, done. And that's somewhat on the fact that, nothing's getting blocked. So we have a Crucible, we have that reflex, but the damage might already be done at this point. Like, Iraqi Zoro getting just destroyed that quickly, that many times, has given over so many gold miners. The turrets are just out of the lane at this point, Jaws. And the gold is sitting at 8,000 between them. Like, we're looking at it almost like now, from here on out, TSM is going to be permanent infused. They're up basically an item each. And that's a really deep hit to crawl out of.
It really is a really horrible, horrible place for Gankstars right now. This is the final game as well. They really need to put it all in, as Xenotech does pop the infusion, so he's doing a little bit of extra damage now. He needs to be able to follow this up though. Force to Cord is going to get blocked. Von C is on the sidelines here. It's going to get split out as well. Xenotech taking a lot of damage from Von C. Von C definitely wants this. Impale actually lands onto Von C, so he's not in the fight, but afterburns in. And oh my goodness, Xenotech with the damage just gets destroyed. Iraqi Zero is on the menu for Von C right now. They pop the Crucible just for the damage resistance, but it just looks like Best Chuck and 8 is just going to go for that wave. Von C, I'm not entirely sure how they're going to withstand that damage, because he is almost 1-2 hitting people. Iraqi Zoro, be careful! Oh, he gets sniped. There we go, on the back of the recall. He is getting ridiculous. Von C, 7-0 right now.
This is the jungler I've come to know and love. Like, this is the Von C kind of coming out and showing up, and this is why this guy has so many fans out there. It's just the aggression. You put him on an aggressive pick, and he can make it happen. Might not be that utility, but Von C bringing a hefty amount of damage. He has himself a Shiver Steel on top of that as well. So just like Xenotech, if he has you in his sights and he gets that Shiver Steel off, well, good luck escaping. But as well, Von C, 450 damage crits. Where's the armor? Xenotech has it. Wrecked has it. Iraqi?
But yeah, it's somewhere. He's going to get it in a minute, man. He needs more damage, eh?
Apparently. 1 in 6 is just heartbreaking. Like, Iraqi Zoro, if he was weapon, sure, maybe he gets his licks in, he goes down, we clean up. But with the crystal, you need to survive to get the damage going, especially if you're going to bounce him off Flash's face.
Well, Von C's just flashing on his face right now. He's looking for the engage again on the sidelines. They're just collapsing. This is exactly the same position they were in last time as well. Xenotech gets polite companied. Flash X is playing this a little bit more cautiously, while Von C pretty much proxies this wave. just out from under the feet of
Get
Gankstars.
poked
There comes the
down.
force to court. It will get blocked yet again. Vonsi still pushing in. Gankstars can't even enter their own base at this current time. There comes Xenotech. Versus Judgment is going to come out. It's going to be pretty big. It hits 3 of them. And there goes Arakizora yet again. No armor, no problem for Vonsi. That's going to be it. TSM, I think they might just end this one straight up here. Rector's going to go down eventually. Double kill coming through for Best Chuck and A. And this is just a complete whitewash for TSM. They get the ace. They're going to get these turrets as well. And they're going to get the end of the game.
Don't even need Kraken to spawn. It's just not going to happen. Absolutely not. It's just
15
kind of
minutes.
crazy how sometimes we get so used to a pick being played a certain way. You see that glaive, you're thinking, yeah, you know, we're gonna get that utility glaive. We got that aftershock, no problem, right? No, damage glaive comes out. We pick up a Finn. You put that with a first pick, Adagio, Best Chuck, best Adagio.